Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Eastern Kentucky is mourning the death of Senator Johnny Turner after he suffered an incident last month. And UK is working to prevent sexual assault on campus after the fourth report in 2 months.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Madison Carmouche. We are inching up to that 6 o'clock mark this Thursday morning. Today is October 24th. Let's send it over to meteorologist Megan Desmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I did have to break out the jacket again this morning, but I mean, it could be worse.
It could be worse, and in fact, we saw much worse last week, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, but we're looking up, though. Today is not going to be terrible, especially currently, and into the afternoon, it is a little bit colder, but it will be warming up in just a couple of hours. We're looking at that satellite and radar first, so we are nice and clear. And as we're looking at our area, nothing really is happening except for a little patch of fog around Williamsburg. But those current temperatures, yep, they're a little bit chilly. You're going to need that cardigan or a light jacket as you're heading outside the door today. Mostly 50 degrees across the board. Some areas in that upper 40-degree range. 47 for London, 45 for Williamsburg, and 52 for Jacksboro. But again, as I mentioned, those temperatures will be warming up into the upper 60s. Definitely cooler than yesterday's upper 70s, but don't worry, those upper 70s will return once again for tomorrow. So that's something to look forward to as you're heading into your Friday. But for the next couple hours, let's take a look. It will be nice and sunny with those temperatures hitting their peak around that 4 p.m. hour. Sunrise today will be at 7:51 a.m. this morning. Madison?
All right, Megan, thank you. Folks in Harlan County and throughout the mountains are mourning the loss of State Senator Johnny Turner. Turner was also a longtime attorney in Harlan. He served in the state Senate since 2021. Turner died Tuesday after complications from a lawnmower incident in September. He was known to many as someone to call on when you were in trouble.
And wanted everybody to have an opportunity in his communities to have water, to have jobs, and he'll be missed. He was a great person.
Turner served the 29th Senate District, which includes Bell, Floyd, Harlan, Knott, and Letcher counties. He won the seat in 2020 after defeating longtime former Senator Johnny Ray Turner, which drew attention due to their nearly identical names. He also served as state representative from 1999 to 2002. Senator Turner died at the University of Tennessee Hospital. Many colleagues say Senator Turner stood up for the people in the mountains, and he fought for their values and their way of life. Representative Adam Bowling says he was not going to stop until the outcome was adequate for the people of Eastern Kentucky.
But he was going to doggedly pursue that until he got an outcome that he thought was acceptable for our people. And that's how I'll always remember him. He's just somebody that when he believed in something, he fought for it, and he fought for our people, and he fought for the mountains.
Many lawmakers throughout Kentucky have given their thoughts about Senator Turner following his death. Here's what Senate President Robert Stivers said. I have known Johnny long before our paths crossed in public office. I will miss my friend. My heart breaks for his wife Maritza and his children. The love and admiration I, along with so many others, feel for Johnny is immense, but I know it pales compared to the depth of love held by those closest to him. Here's what Senator Mitch McConnell had to say. In recent years, I remember crossing paths with Johnny to survey the damage left by the devastating floods that hit Eastern Kentucky. Johnny was on the scene ankle deep in mud, his equipment from home in tow, ready to help folks in Letcher County. That's just who he was, a good man who loved the mountains and its people. Funeral arrangements for Senator Turner have not been announced at this time. He was 76 years old. The 3 men charged in connection with the murder of Amber Spradlin are scheduled to appear in court today at 2 p.m. Josh Mullins, Dr. Michael McKinney, and M.K. McKinney are set to appear for a pretrial conference at 2 p.m. in a Floyd County courtroom. M.K. McKinney is accused of actually killing Spradlin. All 3 men have been charged with 8 counts of tampering with evidence. The purpose of today's date court date is to discuss bonds. MK McKinney's attorney filed a request for bond reduction last week. It says the Prestonsburg man is not a flight risk and the $5 million bond is too much. Commonwealth's attorney Brent Turner submitted a motion Wednesday saying the evidence, quote, strongly implicates defendant MK McKinney in the murder of Amber Spradlin, end quote. The motion includes new evidence, including DNA and a transcript of the 911 call. A former Southern Kentucky pharmacist has been sentenced to 20 months in prison. Stephanie Collins was sentenced for her role in a scheme to defraud Medicare and Medicaid by billing for medication she never gave customers. Collins operated Stephanie's home pharmacy in Corbin. Officials say Collins used the pharmacy's computer system to submit claims for payments of drugs that customers did not pick up. A Monticello man is facing drug charges after police say they found what was believed to be meth on him. The incident started Tuesday night when police say Terry Lowe did not use his turn signal. That prompted police to pull him over. When police made contact with Lowe, they discovered that he tried to put something between him and the truck seat. Police later found 3 bags of what they believed was meth in his pants. Lowe was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. The University of Kentucky is ramping up sexual assault prevention efforts. On Monday, the school reported its 4th case since September. The victims and suspects knew each other in all 4 cases. UK's Violence and Intervention Prevention Center wants to make sure the community knows the victims are not to blame.
Instead of, you should see the red flags, what we want to say is people should not cause harm. And I think it's important that we express that we shift our language around that, and that we're making sure that we're placing the responsibility on the person causing harm instead of the person that is being harmed.
The UK Police Department defines sexual assaults as fondling and rape. It also includes statutory rape and incest, but there have not been any cases of those. A Pike County man is behind bars in connection with the theft of a stolen camper in Lawrence County. 47-year-old Kevin Totten of Canada was arrested and charged with receiving stolen property valued at $10,000 or more. Deputies with the Martin County Sheriff's Office assisted in the investigation and was able to find the stolen camper on Church Fork Road in Inez. In Southern Kentucky, state police have arrested a wanted man. Justin Cody Witt was arrested Tuesday. Witt had multiple outstanding warrants, including one for escaping from the Rockcastle County Detention Center. He was taken to the jail. One Laurel County school is collecting donations for a family impacted by a recent deadly crash. Christopher Russell and his son Ezekiel were taken to the hospital following a crash last week. 3-year-old Ezekiel later died. Cornerstone Christian School is launching a fundraising initiative to support Christopher's daughters, Ainsley and Dorica Russell, who are students at the school. Donations can be made by mailing or dropping off a check at the school.
Temperatures this morning are a little bit cooler than they were, but we are going to be warming up into our highs for today. Looking in the 50s for the most part, 50 degrees in Hazard and Pikeville, 52 if you're in Jackson, and a little bit cooler as you head more to the south, 45 for Williamsburg and 46 for Middlesboro and Jonesville. And as I mentioned, we will be warming up into those highs for today, really looking in the upper 60s, but some places could see that 70-degree mark hit, especially with the lack of clouds today. I really can see even some of these areas at 69 potentially hitting that 70-degree mark as well. But for the next couple hours, again, nice and sunny skies for the next couple of hours. And by the time that 4 p.m. hour hits, that's when we're going to see our high temperature for the day. Sunrise this morning will be at 7:51 a.m. and I'll have your ARH 7-day forecast in just a couple of minutes. Madison.
All right, Megan, thank you. And thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. When we return, protect your deliveries this upcoming holiday season with some tips on warding off porch pirates.